Man, oh man, does Teofimo Lopez know how to press buttons? Well, he's always been at Terence Crawford's throat for a while now, but now in a recent interview, he keeps calling Terence Crawford a monkey. So he says, F it, Terence Crawford is a monkey, and that's what he believes, and he stands firm on it, and he wants to make a fight against Terence Crawford. I'm just wondering if Terence Crawford is gonna make this fight happen, because it's already building up to a mega showdown fight, and I want to see the fight now. And also, a lot of the boxing fans in the boxing world are saying that Teofimo Lopez is taking it too far and he is crossing the lines, and they don't think that he should be doing that, and that is not the way to make a fight happen. And also, professional boxers are trying to say that Teofimo Lopez is crossing the line. I really did not see anything racist about it. It's not like he called him the N-word, but I mean, he did call him a monkey, and I can see how that could be offensive to Terence Crawford. Guys, guess who chimes in on the conversation, and he tries to say something to Teofimo Lopez on social media, and that's none other than Newark, New Jersey, Shakur Stevenson. He says that Teofimo Lopez is crossing the line, and he calls it a ninja. But I really don't think that's such a good idea, calling somebody that is not related to the group that you're calling ninjas, because you're inviting that person to your group. If you don't want that person to say that word, which I believe is not an attractive word, I would never say that word to anybody. But if somebody calls me that, I would think it's okay for me to call them that, because you're calling me that and you're making it like if I'm part of your group, which I'm not. So yes, champs, I always been a strong believer in that. If somebody does not want another race to not say that ninja word, don't call them that, because if you call them that and you expect them not to say that word, you're already inviting them to your group, because you're calling them what you call your group, the ninja word. If you don't want them to say that, don't say that to somebody that's not from your group, and there should be no beef. But I mean, if you do that, then you're inviting them to your group. That's how it is. So yes, enough of that racist stuff. And Teofimo Lopez did not say the ninja word. So I do not believe that was any racist intent from Teofimo Lopez. He just wants to fight one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world, the same way as Terence Crawford wants to fight Canelo Alvarez and move up 2 weight classes. But Terence Crawford was actually gonna move 3 weight classes, because he barely moved from 147 to 154. So I mean, it's doable. If Terence Crawford thinks that he could do it, then Teofimo Lopez can do it as well. I mean, you can tell Terence Crawford does seem offended, and he does not want to be called a monkey. I get that part, okay? But why doesn't he want to shut up Teofimo Lopez? He wants to take it to the streets, and he wants to fight Teofimo Lopez in the street, which I believe that is so retarded, because you guys are prize fighters and you have to settle it in the ring. There was another boxer that chimed in and said that that the only way to settle this is in the ring, and I believe that too. But I mean, I guess you could fight in a street fight, because I actually seen professional fighters fight in the street before when I used to box a long time ago. So I mean, I don't believe that Terence Crawford and Teofimo Lopez are gangsters or thugs or street dudes. They're boxers. They grew up in the boxing ring, and that's all they know. Why would they want to fight in the streets? Like me, I grew up in the hood, and I wasn't a thug or a gangster, but I knew a lot of hardcore gangsters, guys. So I mean, I always grew up with them, and I always used to chill with them. The gang that I used to kick it with was Westside Verdugo, and one of the boxers that was in my gym was Bobby Boy Velardes, and he was from Westside Verdugo. And this is the guy that actually fought my friend in the street. Now my friend was an amateur. His name was David Mendebel, and they both went at it because they were both from the same gang. And the reason they fought was because my boy David Mendenville crossed out Bobby Boy Berlard's name in a wall. Now, these are street dudes. I know hardcore gangsters. And if you don't even believe me, check them out. Look at Bobby Boy Berlard's. Now, he wasn't like the greatest fighter out there, but he did fight Eric Morales. And every time he used to do a ring walk, he used to represent his gang, Westside Verdugo. Look at Eric Morales versus Bobby Boy Berlard's. You're gonna see a big old poster that says Westside Verdugo, Mount Vernon Gang. This guy is not playing. He was a real gangster, but he made it to the pro, and he actually fought against Eric Morales. He lost though, but I mean, he was representing his gang. I'm not lying, but I mean, that's what I mean. It's doable. You can fight on the street, and the fight can't last long, because the fight between Bobby Boy Berlard's and my boy David Mendenville lasted about almost 20 minutes. The only reason it got stopped because the cops came. Somebody called the cops on the fight, and they did not even get arrested. They actually just shook hands and they left. The cops didn't even do anything. I think they were watching the fight from far away, because that was the best street fight I have ever seen in my life. It was no kicks or no elbows. It was just nothing but punches. They were going back and forth in all the whole street, beating the living ish out of each other. But this is a rare occasion, since a gangster made it to the pros in professional boxing. And Teofimo Lopez and Terence Crawford are not gangsters. They're not thugs. They're not hood. Maybe they grew up in the hood, but they're not hood. I'm more hood than these guys. And I don't gangbang or anything. The only thing about me, I'm down. I'm not a gangster waiting for somebody on the streets because he got the wrong color or anything like that, or trying to punk somebody. I'm just down. If somebody calls me down, I'll be down to fight them, even if it's a professional fighter. I don't give a fuck. But alright guys, hey, I ain't the biggest, I'm the freaking baddest.
The champ is here.